So, today, it is not a great day. It is absolutely not a great day. We're seeing nothing but red right now. It goes back to my conversation with Hutanik where I said, listen, if I see things drop a bit, I'm out. Yeah, I'm out. Not that I'm all the way out, but I'm out to a certain extent. Why? Because I'm going to wait for the falling daggers to be done. I'm going to wait for the falling daggers to be done. A lot of people are sitting there waiting. I'm waiting for the falling daggers to be done. I mean, right now we're looking at Bitcoin at about $82,000. That's an 8 and that's a 2. And we haven't seen everything really hit yet. So I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling at the moment. Like I said, waiting for the daggers. Right now, you're going to see nothing but blood red all over the markets right now. I mean, even BNB is below 800. Is almost at $800. 800. It's at 818 right now. Just saying. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Now we've got $20 billion in liquidations. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's what it is. It's an ugly morning. It's a very ugly morning. Tom Lee believes that it's the market makers that are crushing everything, right? Then you've got Bitmine Immersion facing $4 billion in unrealized losses. If you've got the money, I'm going to tell you something. He's got the money. Or rather, Bitmine Immersion has the money. Bitmine Immersion is led by Tom Lee. Same person that's over at Fundstrat. That's right. So when I look at these numbers, I'm kind of like, he's got the money. He's going to be in it for the long haul. I think Michael Saylor's going to be in it for the long haul, even though Michael Saylor's getting hammered right now. And the reason why he's getting hammered is because of, people using MSTR as a hedge. But that's okay. That's all right. I think he's in it for the long haul. I don't think he's worried. I don't think he's flinching, right? He might be taking a little bit of loss, but I think he's going to be fine. I have a firm belief in Michael Saylor's strategy. I don't know the man personally, but that's where my head is at right now at the moment. Something else that I'm thinking of is, but I'm going to tell you guys, I want you to invest in yourselves. I absolutely want you to invest in yourselves. And the reason why I want you to invest in yourselves is because now is the time to invest in yourself. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. And let me go over that last one for you. Investing deliberately means not just investing. You can pull money out. You can stay the same. All actions in that space mean investing. Is a part of investing. But this right here, there are a lot of lessons that are going to be learned right now, and I think we should stick to it. I think that people really should stick to that strategy of learning. Good morning, Enrique. Don't forget to invest in yourself today. So yeah, to me, it's a very big deal in terms of, what it is that I want to do with my investments right now. A lot of people are going to panic. And they're going to freak out. Oh my God, I just got into crypto and it's dropped already, blah, blah, blah. Breathe. I know you're going to be sitting there saying, no, it's easy for you to say. Listen, I have to get up every day and go to work too. I get up every day and I consult companies. I manage my businesses. I've got people that I have to pay, right? I have a staff that I have to pay. So I wake up every day with that on my back. I do this show. I still got to go to work. I'm done with work. I come home. I still do this show. I'm not in this bucket. I'm in this bucket. Just saying. So when I woke up, when I woke up this morning, when I rolled over in the middle of the night, looked at the numbers, I had to breathe. I was like, okay, this is why I have dry powder. Dry powder is used for emergencies, whether it be to pay bills or whether it to invest. This is why I keep dry powder. That was one of my lessons. It's one of my kids' lessons. I tell them the same things. What else is there? I have to pay attention to what's going on in the market, because right now you're seeing a ton of liquidations. Remember last night I was telling people, hey, look, listen, please be careful if you're doing this leverage thing. If you're doing DeFi with leverage and all, like I said, whatever you're doing with leverage, please be careful. And here we are with a lot of people that are feeling it. Oh man, you just been missing the lives. I'm sorry, man. So it's been a lot. Thank you for being faithful, by the way, Enrique. Thank you very much. I mean, you have no idea how much that means to me. It puts wind in the sails. I want you to do me a favor. Look at last night's show, because at the end of the show, I show you guys some stuff, and I don't want you to miss it. I showed you guys a glimpse of the newly improved social media platform called Grow My Bag. That's right. It's real. It's real, and we're about to launch, and there's a lot of stuff there. You figure we've got over 12,000 articles, videos. We've got a knowledge base that's coming. We actually have the knowledge base. We just need to put it online. We have, oh my gosh, we've got tools that we're launching. Yeah, those are separate tools that you can invest in or not invest in. And like I said, with those articles, oh man, with those articles, they've got tags. You can click the tag and it'll go, oh, this is what you're looking for. Here are all the articles about, let's say, ARK Invest that we've pumped out. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. And we still have to improve on the tagging, because I limited the tags to like 5 tags, and I should probably set it at about 10, right? So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I didn't want to overload, the tagging system like that, but we'll see what happens. And then every now and then we have to clean the tags and all that other good stuff and see what gets used, what doesn't get used. But as far as social media platforms go, Grow My Bag is officially a social media platform. We will have your DMs. We will have your feeds. As a matter of fact, there are 2 feeds on there already. We've got a lot of stuff. So watch last night's show and you'll see about all of that. Peter Brandt predicts Bitcoin could reach $200,000, but no time soon. It's going to be like 2029 before that happens. I think he's wrong. I think it will hit 200,000. I just don't think it'll be this year. And I don't think it'll be next year. And it might not even be in 2027. My number is probably like 2028. It depends on who's using the infrastructure. If we see big infrastructure moves, then we could see some good movement in that space. That's what I'm hoping for. So 2027, 2028 is when I'm thinking things could really pick up, right? Especially since, 2028 voting year. So there's that. I think that we could see a pop in late 2026. Why? Voting year. So those people that you think are in office that aren't doing anything good for you, well, you can vote them out in the United States. So that's a big deal. All right. What else do we have? SEC is to host a December 15th roundtable on crypto privacy amid debates over projects like Tornado Cash and surging privacy tokens like Monero and others. Yeah, that's a big deal. You know why? Because people want their privacy. They do not want Big Brother reaching over their shoulder to say, what are you doing? What are you doing? Listen, I already paid taxes on my money. So that means what I do with my money is my business, not yours. Unless I make money on that money, and then I have to pay taxes again, not on my money, but on the interest. Not a problem. If I make money, I don't mind paying taxes because it means I made money. But this whole Big Brother overreach thing, yeah, we need to solve that. We absolutely need to solve that. I have something in my eye and it just won't go away. It feels, that feeling, it feels like it's a boulder in your eye? Yeah, that's what I have right now. NASDAQ fell 4% amid AI spending fears and Fed uncertainty. That's right. Here's the problem. The Fed, sorry about the construction, you might be hearing noise in the background. The Fed is not 100% sure about cutting rates. And I thought for sure they would because there's so much pressure. But right now, people are looking at the previous rate cut and saying, maybe we shouldn't have done that. You think? I told you before, I wasn't down with the rate cuts, but I knew they were coming. Political pressure. Yo, Mr. Biggs, what's going on? So I'm not a fan of unnecessary rate cuts. And it goes to show you that certain people should not be in charge of the Fed. The Fed should be independent. They've proven they have no idea what's going on, and the Fed should remain independent. Period. Period. I don't want to hear anything about the economy from a guy who's bankrupted so many businesses. And yes, I am talking about something political only because it directly affects our bags. So it's not a political statement, it's a fear statement. It's a fear that he's going to put somebody in there in May. Remember, our guy leaves in May. And that person is just going to listen to whatever he says. That would not be good. There needs to be independence in the Fed. Because if there is no independence in the Fed, that's going to cause a problem. That's going to cause massive problems. And I don't mean just the United States. I mean globally, there will be problems. So yeah, that's something else I'm looking at. We've got ARK Invest, the ARK Innovation ETF from ARK Invest, bought 93,374 NVIDIA shares after earnings. Now, excuse me. Now I'm wondering if they bought after earnings before the drop or after the drop. I need to know. So that's going to be interesting to find out. The stock it closed down 3.2%. Very interesting. With the ETF down 20% from its October peak and Asian AI stocks falling over 3%. That's where that's where those numbers are coming from. You've got Deutsche Bank upgrading bullish, to a buy. That struck me. Despite a 51% post-August 2025 peak, it dropped from there, citing 40% upside potential and its role bridging traditional finance and crypto as Bitcoin fell from 125 down to the 82 that it's at now. I can see that. That math actually works. For me, that math actually works, and I can understand that completely. MSCI consultation to exclude digital asset treasury companies from benchmarks with January 2025 decision, risking $2.8 billion in losses for 38 crypto firms like MicroStrategy and regulatory tightening. Yeah. Stating the obvious. I mean, that's literally just stating the obvious. Like I said, breathe. My word for the coming year is fortitude. I'm not kidding. My word for the year is fortitude. I think 2025 has shown itself to be volatile over time. I think 2026 will be just as or even more so. So fortitude is my word. Just saying. The music industry is adopting Avalanche. This company Records is adopting Avalanche for instant royalty payments via Record Financial's on-chain platform using Avalanche and USDC. Like I said, sometimes it's not about how much the coin is worth. Sometimes it's about the use case. That's an outstanding use case. That's outstanding. So I'm looking at how that's going to work. I'm looking to see if the artists actually get paid fully, or if they have to pay a little bit for that service. I just need to dive a little bit deeper into it. I have a love of music. Used to be in the music industry when I was a kid. So I was a road manager. I've bodyguarded people. So I just want to know what that business is like right now. That's a big deal to me. You want to hear about a company that's actually playing it very smart? A company that's playing it very smart is what's the name of this place? It's a small crypto firm. Oh yeah, that's right. Tether. Tether's playing it smart. Want to know why? Tether holds 116 tons of gold, 12 tons for XAUT, 104 for USDT, becoming the largest non-sovereign gold holder. Wow. The only people, the only entities that own more gold than Tether are countries. Let that wash over you for a bit. Let that really wash over you for a bit. You want to know what else they hold? They hold this thing called U.S. debt. Treasuries. Tether has been playing a very long game and has been playing it smartly. They really have been playing it smartly. So for everybody that, looks at Tether and they don't know what's going on with it or whatever, I'm telling you, I think Tether is doing it smartly. And I'll tell you what, I actually prefer Tether over USDC. I use both, but I prefer Tether over USDC. Absolutely. Just dropping a note over on Facebook for people. So that's where we are right now. You know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. Let's push that. Move over to here. There you go. And what do we have right now? We've got Dow futures implied open $154 up, or 154 points up. Sorry. We have S&P futures $1.25 up, or 1.25 up. We have Nasdaq implied open 43.75 down. Oil down 1.08, stemming from supposedly peace negotiations, but I don't look at the package that was sent over to Ukraine as being something that I would take. They have to give up more land to a country that's losing. I don't know. The U.S. 10-year down 0.041. But oil's down because of the whole Ukraine peace deal possibility. I don't think it's a good package. And then here's the kicker. So when they gave up their weapons, they were told that they would get protected. All right? They gave up their weapons. Clearly, they were not protected. And now they're being told the same thing. Just saying. Just saying. Here's TradingView looking at, wow, I should look at that. Black Friday up to 80% off. Woo! I might do that. I love TradingView tools. BJ's is coming out today. Frontline. So you had Walmart come out and TJ Maxx come out with their numbers yesterday, and what happened? They basically said, we're eating all of Target's lunch. All of it. Target took a dip, Walmart and TJ Maxx are up. I'm just saying. And they're taking higher end and lower end customers from Target. I don't know how much longer Target can hold on. I'm going to say it like that. U.S. numbers, yeah, we're expecting U.S. numbers again. I'm still not comfortable yet talking about U.S. numbers, but I keep the page up so that when numbers come through, I feel I can see them and I can look at them and then I can determine if they're good enough to talk about. It's going to take a little bit for me to get over it. Right now, fear and greed index is at 14. Yeah, it's going to take a nosedive. I won't be surprised if tomorrow we wake up in the morning and it's at single digits. Like 9 is what I'm thinking. DeFi Llama crashing. Look at this. $113.284 billion in total value locked. Look at how far away we are from our nearest high. All the way back here. Is that October 3rd or so? Yeah. That's a huge drop. Huge, huge, huge drop. Bitcoin right now, again, yes, I know. I get it. I'm probably going to do it. I understand. Look at where we are right now. I told you that the next band that we would have to hit is 77,252 to 82,490, and look at where we are. We've now traded in that band. I keep the bands when I do my analysis on Bitcoin. I keep all my bands. I do not delete them and move up. I keep all of them as I move up, as the market moves up. So that way when the market comes back down, I can see where we were and I can use those numbers as floors to see what's up. You see this right here, one big piece of volume right there, and you see the huge drop that we're dealing with. Big drop there, drops, big drops. Yeah, what Tom Lee is pointing to, that market makers are doing some stuff right there. That to me tells me, yes, he's right. Yes, he's right. So I'm waiting for the daggers to finish. Waiting for the dust to settle. I don't know that I'm waiting for the dust to settle. I'm waiting for the daggers to hit. So I want you to think about this. Bunch of dirt on the floor, something drops, creates dust. It hits. When dust happens, that means it hit. I'm not waiting for the dust to come down so I can see where it hit. I'm waiting for the dust, not necessarily for the dust to settle. I said it wrong. That's what I'm doing. I'm waiting for the dust. I'm waiting for the dust. And in this case, the dust would be telltale signs that we've hit a bottom. I'm not looking for it to settle. I'm trying to get in as quickly as possible, as low as possible. Because a little bit of money from dry powder in a down market can do a lot. Right now, like I said, we're thinking about getting into a couple of companies. Well, the market's down, everything's down. People are going to be hurting right now. Oops. Yeah, those numbers are going to have to be adjusted. These are just facts. There are a lot of companies out there that are looking to get out. They have nobody to sell to, nothing. I mean, people talk about it, but you can literally walk around small town America, regular town America, out of New York City, come to the suburbs. You can walk around and see stores that they have nobody to sell the business to. The kids don't want the stores. They have other interests. Everything is up for grabs. Pizzerias, delis, cleaners, liquor stores, you name it. Everything's up for sale. Everything's up for grabs. The need doesn't go away, in my humble opinion. The need does not go away. Right? So I'm just saying, there are things that I'm interested in, my son and I are interested in, that the family's interested in, and we're looking into them hard. Real hard. So yeah, we're paying attention to things. Looking at the big board, this is going to hurt a lot of people. I'm sorry to say, but look at this blood. There's blood in the streets, and you know how I feel when there's blood in the streets. If there's blood in the streets, even my own, what is Eddie doing? Eddie's thinking about buying. I'm not buying yet. I'm not buying yet. You see that little bounce right there? Bitcoin was at like 80. Bitcoin was in the 80s. Low, I mean like 80,000. And that right now it's at 82. So it's got a little bit of a bounce right there. I'm expecting for it to go down again. News keeps hitting today. I'm expecting for it to go down again, unless people wake up and start going, "Oh my God, we're gonna start buying. It's a great market to buy." I don't know if that's going to happen. I think we're in a downward trend right now. XRP well into the $1.88 space. BCH, ETH, BNB, ADA, XLM, Sol. If you're into that kind of thing, yeah, I always put that disclaimer on it because Sol. Or let me put it like this. From an implementation perspective, I'm not touching Sol. From a money-making perspective, I don't mind mucking around with Sol. Right? That's honestly how I'm looking at it. So XLM, LTC, Avalanche, I love AVAX. SUI, absolutely love. ADA, I said. BNB, Hype, HBAR, Ton, Link, Uni, Aave, SHIB. Oh man, I'm probably gonna get deep into SHIB. Link. There are just so many things that I'm interested in right now and I've got money on the side that I can actually say, you know what, I'm gonna dip into a couple of these things, but I'm gonna dip into them in order. And I'll go over that order later on tonight during Friday Flips at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's when I'll start going through what my order is probably going to be based on the numbers that I ran. But ADA at 39 cents, You have no idea how much I want. Oh my Lord, I want that. Oh man, I want that. I think I think what people are missing right now is if you're going to flip from one to the other, you should be paying attention to how much one dropped versus how much the other dropped. And I think a lot of people missed it, and they didn't do that. They did not do that, and they just automatically flipped. That wasn't a good idea. Just saying that you need to do the math. You need to do the comparisons. So before I consolidate my holdings and everything, I look at what the percent changes are. I compare the two or three, depending on how big my changes are. Do the math. Do the math. What you're thinking might not be right, but that math might help course correct. Just saying. If I wanted to look at, the board right now, like I said, nothing but blood. Nothing but blood. There's nothing going on right now except down, 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 down. And the truth is, I'm fine with that. I know a lot of people looking at me like, what? Yeah, I'm fine with that. Like I said, I'm waiting for the dust. Not the dust to settle. I'm waiting for the dust. There are a lot of things on here that when the dust happens, they could pick up in a massive fashion. A massive fashion. Right now, SHIB is at 8, for example. What happens if it goes back to 12? I'm going to be putting everything in order. I'm taking all of the coins that I like, and I'm going to be prioritizing them based on what I think they're going to go back up to within the 30. Well, actually, I'd probably say 5, 10, 20, 30, 60 space. See what my projections are going to be. I run my numbers, and that's how I'm going to do it. That's literally how I'm going to do it. Oh, this is the chart. This is the one. Let's go look at the losers. Oof, Lordy, this is painful. Yeah, I heard some people the other night talking about World Liberty Financial. Look at that. Excuse me. It's down 17%. GMB X factor of 1.82. Mantle is down 17.45% with a GMB X factor of 2.13. Hyperliquid down 17.53. GMB X factor of 0.83. Now you know why I like Hyperliquid. Pudgy Penguins, meme coin, down 17.72. GMB X factor of 5.69. I can't go through the whole list because there's too many here. Let's see. Wow. You know who I'm not seeing on this list? This is interesting. Virtuals Protocol, down a ton, 18.633. GMB X factor 4.6. But you know who I'm not seeing on this list is Aster. Interesting. I thought that if you saw Hyperliquid, I thought you'd see Aster on this list, which means Aster is taking less of a hit. That's what that means. It means Aster's taking less of a hit. Looking at the winners, woof. What is this coin? Yeah, it's a meme. Because you're going to ask yourself, how did that go up? Everything else far below my 5% rule. Yeah. I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. Just to let you know. Just to let you know. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I'm going to be running numbers. I'm going to be looking at what the market's doing. I'll be paying attention to the news. I'm going to be paying attention that have fear. And I'm going to look to see what they have. Because if you have fear, you're going to make stupid mistakes. And I'm going to be there to capitalize on your mistakes. That's how I'm trying to get ahead. Everybody makes mistakes, including me. If I make a mistake, somebody's going to be there to capitalize on that mistake. Period. Just saying. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you like what I'm doing. If you do me a favor, smash the likes. Tell your friends about this community because it's the only community where it's a two-way conversation. It is a community, not just some dude talking on a camera. I actually listen to you guys. And I've built something that I believe is going to be ridiculously helpful. I don't know if you noticed, but when I showed you, when you look at this, you don't see a lot of ads, do you? That's right. This is a for-pay platform, so the ads are going to be at a minimum. The ads will never be in the feeds. because this is a for-pay site. You pay to not have ads within your feed. That's kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. Is the first social media platform, 100% social media platform for the community. That's all about investing. We don't allow sports, politics, your mama drama. We don't care about any of that. None of that. And the community will police you. The community will absolutely police you. This is all about investing. All about investing. I hope you enjoy it. This is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. And I will see you tonight on Friday. Flips, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good one, everybody. Bye-bye.